Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening. I do have audio confirmed. I heard over on the Windows 11, and I don't know if there's an echo or not. Yes, we have special guest this morning, Doug Betson. He's right there and in his normal confused state, and, and Darren Gilholm with his background. So I need to know if there is echoing or not over on YouTube because I think there maybe ought to be echoing based on what I'm seeing on the mixer. I have two sets of microphones going. Bluey Soft says no echoing. Okay, cool. Let's go right straight into messages. Tony Wallow says good afternoon. Tony Wallow gifted 5 memberships. Super Rainbow Queen. It's Rob Z, Ava Nation official, CM73, and Jesse Pinkman. I do know I am subscribed to both Ava and Jesse. The other three are apparently people that have watched at some point in time and they've been gifted a membership. And Super Rainbow Queen put a few chat emojis in there. So that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Tony, for doing that. I appreciate that. AJ says hi, all. Charlie Purdy says hello to myself and everyone. Brian says, wow, on time and with audio. Yeah, that was close. Uh, that was close. Believe me, it was. Way closer than I'd like to admit. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to discuss this afternoon for me and this morning for Doug and everyone on the West Coast. I was leaning toward discussing an incident that took place last night during last night's live stream, not from the stream itself, but from an outside influence. And I decided, um, in typical Doug fashion, I'm going to hold off on that for now. I will address it. I want to gather some thoughts basically and some more information, and then I will address it because I do plan on addressing this. I think it's something that needs to be addressed. At Tony Wallow, good fill in the blank. It should be morning for everyone on the West Coast. It's noon here. It should be 9 there. Are the clocks running? Oh yeah, the clocks are running. Are the clocks accurate? That's the question. And best I can tell, the clocks look to be pretty accurate. Yep, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're relatively accurate. Long Dog says it's 9:03 to be exact. Wintermute, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to Doug Stout and Ken Betts. That's right. We both are here today. Ken Betts, that over it gets confusing. Um, howdy. Is that Minnie Pearl by chance? I thought I might know what that was from, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, there is a spot on my monitor that makes it look like I got something on my head. And that's interesting. That I don't know what that is. All right, well, it's partially gone. No, Doug entered. No, 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 Doug. This is not Doug. This is a background. That's Darren Gilholm, and that's his background. Doug is not frozen. Mini Pearl, howdy. That's what I thought. Doug announced on his Tuesday show, I guess is the day he did a show, that he was going to be streaming sometime in the near future or in the future. He didn't set a date and a time as to when he was going to be streaming. Bill Dawson joins us over on the Zoom panel. Good morning, Bill. Or good afternoon, Bill. Bill's in Florida, so he would be good afternoon. Doggone here. I think I'm gonna join the bald crew that we have going on Zoom. Put a one in chat. Ha ha ha! It's so hard to tell deep fakes are a profile or society. Now, Brian, you are here. So last night you showed us a series of pictures, and we were questioning who one is. I can confirm that it was not one of our guesses, and that would be a guess that was one of the very first ones that we both came up with. I can confirm that that is not that person. I also can confirm that apparently that feature might have been around. I discovered it on mine today, and there's no rhyme or reason as to how it's done. It just kind of shows up right there. Um, I'm gonna dig into that a little bit more as the day goes on, if I can muster. I had a horrible night. Hello, Bluey Soft. Bluey Soft joins us on Zoom.
Hello.
You see if the audio for Zoom is going out or not. Of course, I'm late, so I didn't get to hear him say hello. Um, I got a 1 and a 0. Mixed feelings. Okay, so audio probably is working. I did. Cool. Thank you, Wintermute. He said he was heard. I did reinvent the wheel, so to speak, on the scroll. So hopefully, everybody that showed up after the start of the show, which would be um, borderline Alice might be first because she was right at the 12 noon time stamp, as was Brian. Bluey Soft was actually the first at 12:01. So hopefully it'll have Bluey Soft, AJ, Brian, Charlie Purdy, Jeff Ryman, Wintermute, Long Dog, and anyone else who's chatted after the stream has begun. Um, I did start watching a really cool, interesting um, thing last night, and I'm going to share that with maybe. I don't know how this is going to work. Nothing's been practiced yet this morning. Oh, it did work. Amazing. Um, Russian roulette when it comes to sharing your screen in Zoom. One day it's screen one, the next day it's screen five. I only have 3 screens. So this caught my attention last night. OBS crashes, eliminate OBS crashes for good. I unaware that I had OBS crashes, as was Michael Freyer. I think it's Fayer, and he said he couldn't remember the last time he had one, and then in explaining what to do and what to look for and how to find them, he actually did have crashes, as I suspect I will too. I've already looked into some things this morning, and I probably have issues with OBS that I'm totally unaware of. I sent the link to Sam last night. I started watching it late last night, and I sent the link to him with the intent to finish it this morning. I haven't finished it yet this morning. I got it started to the point. I think I'm at the 156 or 159 minute mark of. It's a 20-minute long thing, so I'm going to look more into that this afternoon um, because it does seem to be very interesting. And like I said, boy, there's a lie. Eliminate OBS crashes. Yeah, I don't think you can ever eliminate them totally, but I think what happens is because um, I believe they happen and they come back just on their own so quick that you really don't see them. Maybe some of Jeff Ryman's buffering is an actual OBS crash that I'm just not aware of. And there's that silly mouse again. Put it over here, get it out of the way. Darren Gilholm joins us in the chat. Hello, Darren. Oh, good to see Darren. Didn't sleep worth a doggone last night. Went to bed rose. I think I left Zoo about 1:30 if I remember right, with the intent to get up bright and early at the crack of dawn, which I did. I got up at 6:58. Having not slept at all, hardly, I promptly got me a glass of water, went right back to bed, and I woke up at 10:04, 10:05, something 10:03, 10:04. I don't know. And I thought, is Doug doing a stream today? So I came in here to the studio to see no Dougie. So made my coffee, made my breakfast, and here I am. The subject I'm touching on brings up the dream of my Nix machine, which is to use ECC memory. ECC memory. I'm not sure I know what ECC memory is. I probably should have some knowledge of it, but I have no idea.
It's not both soldered on memory on the board.
It's
lowest
not.
End it gets.
It. So do our current machines have ECC memory or not?
No.
So ECC is soldered into the board, onto the board.
Yeah, that's unless
Okay.
they're coming.
I'm not knowledgeable
That's the way
of
a
it.
lot
I
of
have no idea.
manufacturers get away with making more profit on the cheap laptops and that.
All right.
Soldered RAM in and no socket or anything.
I'm going to see error correction memories used in banking and organization when you need accuracy when you're writing check errors to your hard drive, or they will come back on these errors. Okay. Still kind of above my head, but that's fine. Let me go over here and look at something real quick. See, I'm going to see what my memory is like. I can't wait to read those comments. What is my memory like? Apparently it's pretty bad. So again, I'm going to share my screen because this part I did remember. But I'm looking for another part. I know how Doug does some things now. I have always wondered how Doug does some things, and I'm moving some things around. It's probably I don't know what's going on the stream itself because I'm moving things around to share things. And I'm going to do that like right now. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Going to go back to Zoom and share my screen. That way everybody's on the same page and sheet of music. What you're looking at here is a multi-view from OBS that I didn't know existed until I watch it. And it shows me everything that's running in the background on OBS. So even though you're not seeing it, the technical difficulties is running. Main YouTube Zoom is running. Screen recording with audio is running. Now, if I were to bring OBS back over here, and I apologize, it's going to mirror. And like I said, it's not going to mirror. It should mirror, but it's not. You don't see recording running anywhere here. I am streaming. So this one right here, and again, I'm going to go through this with a fine tooth comb and when I can really be wide awake and concentrating. This says screen recording with audio. If it's highlighted the way I understood it, it's actually running. If it's black, then it's not going to be running until you actually hit the button or move the scene. So please stand by is probably set up wrong because the way I understand it is if there's a setting, if you have it set, these won't function until you actually press either the button on your Stream Deck, if you have it to your Stream Deck, or to actually go up to OBS itself, and I'll demonstrate that. So if I come up here to OBS itself and I go to the main Zoom, which is interesting because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it's supposed to be this one right here. So I'm going to click on that and see if that takes us back to the main Zoom. And it did not because it's not the main Zoom. Well, I'm clicking on the unit. I know what I need to do. I need to click right here, and then it'll go back to main Zoom. That's taken care of. But you got a pretty good afternoon planned. I did get another text message from hi, we're from, I think this was a Deco, and we've seen your resume. I don't have a resume. That's the first clue to all these places telling me they've seen my resume that I know it's a scam because I don't have a resume. I'm trying to get a resume, but I don't know what it's going to say. Let's see. Let me catch up. ECC has no speed advantage over non-ECC. Has no speed. ECC error correcting code is more expensive and normally not used in consumer level products. Okay. Anyway, every machine has its behaviors, its checkups, and other idiosyncrasies. Oh, I'm getting Dragon Naturally Speak. That's all there is to it. We'll see how that goes. Thank goodness I can still type with one finger. Actually, I can type with two fingers, my left hand and my right hand. Pretty good at it, too. Maybe I'll demonstrate that one of these days. He's using that word again. Stop using them big words. Use them little words. All right, is the scroll going to work or not? Let's hope that it does. It is 10:15, 12:15, 10:15. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Silk and satin and feel the night. Ooh, yeah. Glitter falling, golden light. Shine, shine. Every step a whispered tease. Moving slow like honeybees. Shimmy.
Same here, actually.
Watch me glow. Take it high and bring it low. Down, down. Velvet shine, I steal the show. Feel the rhythm, let it flow, flow.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, see, Super Rainbow. Well, okay. So chat sort of worked. I'm scrolling back to see if Rick was in chat or not. And I'm going to do that on this machine after 12. 12. Alice, Bluey Soft, Charlie Purdy, Jeff Ryman, Wintermute, Brian. I don't see Rick's name, but Rick's name keeps showing up. And I'm not sure why. But progress was made. At least it did have some names today, so this is good. Super Rainbow Queen's name did not show up, and that one's concerned. Read chat, please. Was Alice's name in the scroll? I believe Alice's name was in the scroll. Brian's just trying to get me to go to overtime.
Yes, it was.
He's just wanting the old overtime deal here. So we'll go into overtime. So according to everything here, and I'm not going to share this with Zoom. You just have to watch it. So Alice's name was there. Rick Lakes was actually first, but again, that means I can go to 12 o'clock over here on my monitoring, and I'll go 11:59 Charlie Purdy, 12 o'clock Alice, 12 o'clock Brian, 12 o'clock AJ, 12:01 Bluey Soft. There is no Rick Lakes, but as you can see right here, Rick Lake's name appeared on the scroll. So I've got to figure out why the phantom Rick Lakes is coming, which is good. I mean, it could be worse. It could be far worse. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm over the 15-minute mark. I'm closer to 18 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I think it went back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it did. Zoom is running. If you want to join us, you know the deal. The email's on the screen. Send me an email and get you the credentials, get you on the panel. And there will be a stream tonight, 10 o'clock promptly with audio. Bye for now.